Subscribe to LearnCab and hit the bell icon to get notified.
Interest concept. Today we are going to learn about the concept of interest. Interest are of two types, simple interest and compound interest. So today we will have a brief understanding on the concept of interest in this particular session. So let us start. So first we will understand about interest. So the concept of interest involves two persons. The first one is money lender. Money lender is the person who is going to give money or lend money to the other person. For giving this money, he is going to charge some extra amount. That extra amount which is charged by the money lender is known as interest. Now this money lender can be a single person or it can be a bank or any other financial institutions. So money lender are the people or the institution which lend or give money with some extra money on it. So the second person who is borrower. Borrower is the person who is going to take the money. He is going to pay some extra money to the money lender for utilizing his money. So this money lender, as I told, it can be a single person, it can be a bank or any financial institution. Similarly, borrower can be a single person or any company. Now suppose money lender gives rupees 10,000 to borrower. For 1 year to use it. So once 1 year is done or 1 year is completed, the borrower is going to pay 11,000 rupees to money lender. So it took 10,000. After 1 year he is paying 11,000. That means 11,000 minus 10,000 equal to 1,000 rupees is interest. Interest is the amount earned by the money lender because he has given his money to borrower to utilize for a period of 1 year. So he is getting some extra benefit. That extra benefit of rupees 1,000 is interest in terms of mathematics. So today we are going to study about in-depth interest concept. So first we understood about money lender and borrower. Now we are going to have an in-depth study of concept of interest. Reason why interest is paid. Why there is a need of interest to be paid. I can give anyone any money, I can take from them money. But why the interest payment is necessary? Why people take interest? What are the factors which lead for the payment of interest? The first point is there are variety of reasons. The first reason is time value of money. Time value of money means the value of unity of money is different in different period. Today I have a 100 rupees note. I can buy many things in that 100 rupees. I can buy a 1 kg of tomato, I can buy 1 kg of onion, I can bring few vegetables. But after few years, if I am going to take that 100 rupees, I will be hardly in a position to buy only a kg of onion because the time value of money, the value of money is different in different period. The money which can buy things today, the same amount can buy very few things in the future. So the first and the most important reason why interest is paid is time value of money. The second is opportunity cost. I got 10,000 rupees with me. I can invest it in fixed deposit. I can put it in PPF or mutual fund, or I can give to someone to use it with an interest. So if I'm putting my money in one thing, I'm losing my opportunity to invest in other things. So opportunity cost, I have to understand which investment is going to fetch me more return. So second important reason why interest is paid is opportunity cost. Third one is inflation. Most economies generally exhibit inflation. Inflation means the value of money which can bring things today is going to be very less in future. So inflation is the reason why interest is paid. The fourth one is liquidity preference. Today, people prefer that their money should be in a liquidity form or in a cash form so that they can utilize it in any time rather than in some investment which is tough to break in the case of emergency. And the fifth reason is risk factor. Whenever you give your money to someone, there is always a risk of going bankrupt or you are not going to get your money back. So these are the 5 reasons why interest is paid. First, time value of money. Second, opportunity cost. Third, inflation. Fourth, liquidity preference. And the last one is the risk factor. Now, let us understand these concepts one by one. First is interest. Interest is the price paid by a borrower for the use of a lender's money. As I told in my initial session that interest is the price paid by the borrower for the use of money lender's money. The money lender gives this money to the borrower and at the time of return charges more than what he initially lent, and the charge which he takes extra is the interest. The extra amount charged by the money lender for the use of this money is called interest in time value of money. So interest is the extra amount charged by the money lender for the use of his money. Example, if the money lender is giving 50,000 rupees to the borrower and in return after 2 years is taking 62,000 rupees from the borrower. So 62,000 rupees minus 50,000, that gives me 12,000. So this amount is known as interest. So this is how interest is calculated. So one more example. Suppose you borrow or lend rupees 75,000 for a year and you pay or receive rupees 85,000 after 1 year. The difference, the difference between initial borrowing or lending, that is rupees 75,000, and the end payment, initial borrowing, end payment or receipt of rupees 85,000. So there is a gap of rupees 10,000. That 10,000 is the amount of interest you paid or earned. So it is 75,000 when you have to pay. The initial borrowing is rupees 75,000. The end payment is rupees 85,000. The difference between the end payment and the initial borrowing is rupees 10,000. That 10,000 amount is the amount of interest you paid or earned. So this is all about interest. So let us understand the definition of principal. What is principal amount? Principal is the initial value of lending or borrowing. If you invest your money, the value of initial investment is also called principal. I'll repeat. Principal is the initial value of lending or borrowing. If you invest your money, the value of initial investment is also called as principal. So, suppose money lender is giving rupees 45,000 to the borrower. So this 45,000 is the principal amount because this is the initial value of lending. And suppose if you invest your money, the value of investment is also called as principal amount. If I am going to invest 1 lakh rupees in the bank or some mutual fund, that initial 1 lakh investment is also principal amount. This principal amount is going to get interest for me. So the principal amount is the initial value. Example, suppose you borrow or lend rupees 75,000 from a person for 1 year. 75,000 in this example is the principal. Now coming towards the third concept, that is the rate of interest. The rate at which the interest is charged for a defined length of time for use of principal, generally on a yearly basis, is known to be the rate of interest. Rate of interest is usually expressed as percentage. Now suppose the money lender is giving rupees 50,000 to the borrower for 1 year at 10% rate of interest. Money lender is giving rupees 50,000 to the borrower for 1 year at 10% rate of interest. So 10%, that is 10 upon 100 into 50,000, that gives me rupees 5,000. So 5,000 is my interest to be paid. So rate at which the interest is charged for a defined length of time for use of principal, generally on a yearly basis, is known to be the rate of interest. Rate of interest is usually expressed as percentage. Coming towards one more example, suppose you invest rupees 75,000 in your bank account for 1 year with the interest rate of 10% per annum. It means you earn rupees 10 as interest every rupees 100 of principal amount in a year. So this is how the rate of interest help us to calculate the interest amount on the principal. So this is about rate of interest. Now the fourth term which we want to understand is accumulated amount or the balance. Accumulated amount is the final value of an investment. It is the sum total of principal and interest earned. So accumulated amount is the final value of an investment. It is the sum total of principal and total interest earned. That is amount equal to principal plus interest. Suppose money lender gives rupees 50,000 for 1 year at 10% rate of interest to borrower. So rupee 10 upon 100 into 50,000 gives me 5,000 interest. So my final amount will be amount principal plus interest, that is 50,000 plus 5,000 gives me 55,000 rupees. So my final amount is going to be 55,000 rupees. for 50,000 for a period of 1 year at the rate of 10%, the person is going to earn 5,000 rupees as the interest. So my total amount will be principal plus interest, that is 50,000 plus 5,000 interest makes it 55,000 final amount, that is the accumulated amount. So suppose you deposit rupees 75,000 in your bank for 1 year with the interest rate of 10% per annum, you could earn interest of rupees 7,500 after 1 year. After 1 year, you will get rupees 82,500, that is principal plus amount, that is 75,000 plus 7,500 makes 82,500. So 82,500 is the amount here. I can tell the accumulated amount here. So we understood about interest, principal, rate of interest and accumulated amount. These are the basic understanding on interest. Let us move further. Now, there are two types of interest, simple interest and compound interest. So, first we will understand simple interest. So, interest can be reckoned in two ways, simple interest and compound interest. So, let us start with simple interest. Simple interest is the interest compounded on the principal. It is the simple interest is the interest compounded on the principal for the entire period of borrowing. It is calculated on the outstanding principal balance and not on interest previously earned. It means no interest is paid on interest earned during the term of the loan. So this is simple interest. Now what is the formula for the calculation of simple interest? Simple interest can be computed by applying formula I equal to P into I into T. So A equal to P plus capital I, where A equal to P plus P IT. So I am going to take P common. So A equal to P bracket 1 plus IT. So this is my accumulated amount. My interest is I equal to A minus P. Now what does this term stand for? A stands for accumulated amount, that is the final value of an investment. P stands for principal, that is the initial value of an investment. I, the small I, stands for annual interest rate in decimal. Capital I stands for amount of interest and small t stand for time in years. Now suppose I will take an example. Principal is 5,000 rupees. Rate of interest is 10%. When you decimal, it will be 0.1. N equal to 1 year. To find interest and amount, that is accumulated amount. So first I'll apply the formula A equal to P bracket 1 plus IT. So P is 5,000, 1 plus 0.1 into 1. So 5,000 bracket 1 plus 0.1. So 5,000 into 1.1. So it's 5,000 into 11 upon 10. So it's 55. So my accumulated amount is 5,500. My interest is A minus P, that is 5,500 minus 5,000, that gives 500 rupees. So that's the interest. So I have took a very simple example to understand the concept of simple interest. So here the amount, the accumulated amount is rupees 5,500. The interest equal to amount minus principal, that is 5,500 minus 5,000 gives me 500 rupees. So I have used these two formulas to do this calculation. To understand this concept, I have given a simple example to make the concept more clear. Now let us understand the concept of compound interest. So let us understand the definition first. Compound interest is the interest that occurs when earning for each specified period of time added to the principal, thus increasing the principal base on which subsequent interest is computed. So this is compound interest. And now coming to the formula, an equal to p bracket 1 plus I raised to n, where I equal to annual rate of interest in decimal, n stands for number of conversion periods per year, interest equal to an minus p, that is equal to p bracket 1 plus I raised to n minus p, where n equal to total conversions, that is t into number of conversions per year. You have to see that your time period is always in years. If it is in months, if it is monthly, quarterly, half yearly, using the conversion period table, we have to convert it yearly. We will learn about the conversion period in the further slides. So let us understand the compound interest first by using an example. Suppose my principal amount is 5,000 rupees. My rate of interest is 0.1. My n is again for 1 year. So I have to find my compound interest. That is the formula p bracket 1 plus I raised to n. So it's 5,000 bracket 1 plus 0.1. For year I can use, it's 2 years. 2. So 5,000 1.1 square, that will be 5,000 into 1.21. So 5,000 multiplied by 121 upon 100, cancel. So it will be 6050. So my an equal to 6050. So my interest will be amount minus principal, that is 6050 minus 5,000. So it's 1050 rupees. That is my interest. So you can see here the principal amount was 5,000. The rate of interest was 0.1, that is 10%. Number of years I took 2. I have used in the compound interest formula that an equal to p bracket 1 plus I raised to n. I have substituted the value and I got the value of an as 6050. My interest is an minus p, that is 6050 minus 5,000, that gives me 1050. So I have used the compound interest formula to understand this concept by giving an example. Now let us understand the concept of a conversion period. What is conversion period? The period of time for which the interest is calculated is called the conversion period. The conversion period is decided by the borrower and the lender. This conversion period may be 1 year, 6 months, 3 months or any other period. So now let us see the conversion period chart. So this is the chart. Conversion period, description and number of conversion periods in a year. If it is 1 day, it is compounded daily. The number of conversion period is 365. Conversion period is 1, that means it is compounded monthly and we have to multiply it by 12. If it is 3 months, it is compounded quarterly. We have to multiply by 4 because 3 4s makes 12. If it is 6 months, it is compounded semi-annually. 6 2s makes it 12. 12 months equal to 1 year. So you have to multiply by 2 and 12 months means compounded annually. So it is 1. So this is the conversion period chart. It will be useful while solving the problems based on compound interest and where you need a conversion period chart. Suppose they have given the period like 6 months or 3 months, you have to convert into years by using this conversion period chart. Now, conversion period examples we will see. If the conversion period is 6 months, then for n years, the number of conversion period is 2n. As I told, 6 months make 1 year. So it has to be multiplied with 2, that makes it 2n. And if I is the annual rate of interest, the rate of interest will be I by 2. For period, we have to multiply the number. For rate of interest, we have to divide the number. So this is how. Example number 2. If the conversion period is 3 months, that it is compounded quarterly, the number of conversion periods will be 4n, because 3 fours makes 12 months. 12 months equal to 1 year. So for calculation of periods, you have to multiply by 4, and for the calculation of rate of interest, you have to divide by 4. Now coming towards example number 3, if the conversion period is 1 month, then for n years, the number of conversion periods is 12n. Reason, 1 month, if you want to convert into year, you have to multiply by 12. 1 into 12 makes it 12. 12 months equal to 1 year. So you have to multiply by 12 to get the number of conversion period, and to get the rate of interest, you have to divide by 12. So in this examples, we understood how you have to do the conversion period. So in this entire session, we understood what is interest and what are the factors, what are the reason why interest is paid. Second, we understood the definition of interest, principal, rate of interest and accumulated amount. Then we studied the two types of interest, that is simple interest and compound interest. We understood the formulas used for calculating this interest, and we have done few simple examples to understand how this formula is applied. Later on, we studied about the conversion period, and lastly, we saw the conversion period chart with examples. So this was all about concept of interest. Thank you.
Subscribe to LearnCab and hit the bell icon to get notified.